Hello everybody. I wonder if you remember the story, I think I've quoted it before, but from a Christian writer called Pete Greig, and he talks about wanting to go for a walk with God. He wants to really sort of get stuck into some prayer. So he goes out for a walk, and it's as though he's in a place like this and God's saying to him, I want you to stop in front of that tree, look at that tree. And he thinks, oh wow, it's just going to be like a burning bush moment. It's going to be something amazing going to happen here. And then he hears Jesus whisper to him saying, it's a really nice tree, isn't it? And sometimes we need those moments, don't we? To stop and listen and look and go, it's a really nice tree. You can't hear it right now. I've just heard just now the first cuckoo that I've heard this year, just echoing across the forest. And it's those things that some writers call our margin between our load and our limit, things that fill in that margin, that re-strengthen us, rebuild us each week, each day, that are really important. I know some of you go wild swimming. I know some of you just enjoy lots of music. I know some of you go boxing. Whatever it is, I decided my thing is I need to get out into nature this morning. It's Saturday morning. I'm going to put aside the football podcasts, which are really tempting, and just go and sit in the forest. So I wonder what your margin is. We need it, don't we? Because actually, even though I understand numbers are a bit down in terms of not being too busy in the last couple of weeks in some of our venues, but actually the issues that we're dealing with are still really hard. Whether it's someone getting a Section 21 notice to quit their accommodation, and we just got them into. And Section 21 is obviously changing soon because the Renters' Rights Bill comes on 1st of May. But just having that kick, some of the things Dale was telling me about, what Danny and Lucy were finding at some of the Smile things that have happened this week, some really challenging family issues. So we need those marginal activities, don't they? And actually one of the things that gives me strength is hearing what you're doing in the different projects. And we have what we call internal quarterly reviews every quarter. And this last week we've had the Christchurch one, where lots of just phenomenal ways of helping people to continue to get out to find a point of resilience. 25% now we're supporting on an ongoing basis, not just to sort of on a round, but actually because we're working with them in other ways. And of course we have our new CMA worker starting next week in Christchurch. But the CMA team themselves had an internal review. Lovely stuff in there. Karen and Becky have trained all the team in a new, really clear, structured process of how we go about doing our debt advice work. Of course, the debt advice under CMA, you may have heard, is now coming into what's called the CAP group. So Christians Against Poverty is the other big Christian debt agency, and they're coming together and working together, which is a really good thing. So the team here have had the team in Bournemouth. Karen's now looking after. Now Stephen has moved on before we can recruit to somebody else, so we will know whether we've got any cash to put into that. But Karen has been brought together all the CMA volunteer team for the first time from all the different places around Bournemouth Food Bank. There are new volunteers in Wimborne, hopefully in Poole. It's not easy to get volunteers in this area because it's a detailed process. And they're having the whole team. Becky and Karen have organised, and Candice are organising a full CMA conference day for us here in BCP and Dorset on the 18th of June. It's the first time they've all brought together, so we're looking to bring some speakers in and some things to encourage the team and help them in their work. Of course, as I think I said a few weeks ago, Nikki up in Blandford is now a fully trained DRO intermediary. Really detailed work to get into that, but it is so good, Nikki, that you've succeeded in getting that qualification. Thank you for doing it, and good luck in all your first few of those. And we still have DROs coming through, debt relief orders. They are there. They're one of the key ways of helping people to just get rid of their debts. And Wimborne is DRO central at the moment. It makes a real difference. I think I quoted this a couple of weeks ago, that we did a little totting up of how much debt we have reduced in people's lives over the last couple of years. And since October 23, over £1 million of debt has been wiped out. And of course, it's not just the debt being wiped out, it's the impact on the families. As somebody came into Christchurch this week, really suicidal, and the volunteer there did an amazing job at just walking them through how they were going to cope with that situation. And at the end, the volunteer says, "People like you make me realise life is worth living." I know we hear that often, and we should never ever lose the impact and the just that amazingness of it all. So hope you can find a way of keeping that margin this week, of filling in with things that really fill up your bucket, and all strength to you. I'm going to listen to some more birds.